We're going to cover what ChatGPT is, how to use it, all the new features that are associated with ChatGPT, the different plans that are there that you can go into, and more importantly, what can you actually do with it? So stay tuned and build along with us. Hey, so I can tell you that the AI world is evolving at a very rapid pace. And over the last several years, AI, especially the last 2 years, has been a massive explosion in the sense that it is skyrocketing in not only its abilities, how fast it's learning, and actually the amount of people that are using it. And you're asking right now to yourself, is it too late to get into it? Absolutely not, because the great thing about AI, it evolves so fast that regardless of when you jump into it, it's almost like you're brand new all over again. But today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover just how to basically set this up, the different plans that are available, some of the differences that you might experience, and more importantly, how do you practically use it starting today to make your life a little bit easier. Now, first, a little bit of an understanding. All that AI is doing right now is called a large language model. And what it does is basically predict the next word or the next thing that a person might say or do based on the question that it's being asked. So it's taken, an incredible amount of data, a little bit hard to describe how big the data is. And what it's doing is basically predicting exactly what the next steps are going to be in whatever you're basically using it for. So for instance, if I asked it for a recipe, it has so much data that it will track down the recipe that it finds, and then it will bring that data to me in a way that I can comprehend it and what it feels is the best result for me personally. Now, there's so much other things you can do. You can write code, you can write essays, you can write books, you can have it automate tasks for you, you can have it set reminders. Literally, this has gone so big over the last few years that is an incredibly powerful tool that if you're not really using it, you're kind of really missing out. Now, when you first get in, it's pretty simple to kind of set up. If you kind of go over here and you go to, let's just say a Google search, right? And you want to upload your ChatGPT, you're going to come in here, ChatGPT, and I save because I have dyslexia, so I switch the words every now and again, or at least the letters. So if I come in here, you come in and you're going to notice that there's introducing ChatGPT from OpenAI. OpenAI, just so you understand, is the actual company that created ChatGPT. And today what we're going to do is we're actually going to select the second one. That's literally chatgpt.com. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and it's going to bring me to this screen. Now, as you can see on the right-hand side, I have a login or a sign up. If you wanted to sign up, you come in here and you hit sign up. And there are basically two programs right now. One is called the Plus account. The Plus account gives you a lot less limitations. It gives you the ability of creating your own custom GPTs, which we'll go over a little bit in a second. And it gives you just better operations in the fact that you can create or just do more with it. Now, the other thing that comes along with GPT is the ability of having access to different models. Now, a model is, just think of it like different versions of the program in the back end that allows you to either do more or less. So there's different variations of the models that they use. Now, I'm oversimplifying that explanation because it gets very technical very quick, and I actually want to make this as non-technical as possible so that everybody that's out there can use this, right? So the next thing you want to do is, like, again, to create an account, you would just come in here and you would connect with Google. And I'm just going to pick my regular account, and I signed in with Google, and that was literally it. And as you can see, it's going to bring me right into my free account. And as you can see, it's got some things on the left-hand side, and I have my kid working on this. But just to give you an idea, it has a list of the bottom things that you have access to that you actually can use. It can create an image for you. It can write code. It can summarize the text, a big, long PDF if you have it. It can help you write. It helps analyze images. And you can get advice. There's all these different things that it can do. Now, if you actually look right here in the center, you can immediately start doing something, right? So for instance, if I said, help me make a recipe for a keto diet and make it something with chicken. Now notice I'm doing a very, very simple prompt that I'm not even trying hard to make this thing really think differently. I'm trying to show you how simple it is to actually use this thing. And that's what I'm trying to do. I purposely misspelled things, and there you go. It immediately made a keto-friendly recipe. And I could just say something like, I don't like cheese. Is there another easy and popular recipe? Okay, I said receipt, but it might already figure it out. And see, now it updated the memory, knows that I don't like cheese. And now if I keep using the same bot, it's going to remember that I don't like cheese. It'll never recommend anything with cheese again. And it's giving me another recipe that I can use. But it really honestly doesn't stop there. If I said, I am going to try to create a small cookbook on these kind of keto-friendly recipes for people who don't like milk or cheese. And what it's going to do, if I help you brainstorm recipes, organizing content, yes, let's come up with 20 recipes. And it's going to automatically do that. So now I can already have this thing creating something for me that I can maybe bind together, give to a friend, maybe do it for myself or whatever else. And it's doing it very specific to what I want. Now, obviously, it's just giving me names. It's just giving me like quick little insights and all that. And notice that this is just on the free account. I literally have not paid for anything yet. All I did was basically log in with my Google account. And now I could say, this is great. Can you create recipe number 1 and give me an image for it? It's going to create a recipe. I'll be able to download it. And now what it just did is move me into a part of the system that's called Canvas. Canvas allows me to go in and specify or change very specific parts in Chatgpt. As you can see, it's also got the design, make it shorter, add emojis, translate like a kindergartner. Chatgpt can do it all right on this canvas. Because the reason you know it got into Canvas, and I'm just gonna say got it right now, if I just wanted to highlight this and basically come in here and I'm gonna say, ask ChatGPT, let's give it more a fun intro. And it will just rewrite that part. And I could say, let's give it a fun name. Let's give it a fun New Jersey style name. Now, I have no idea what that means, but it will interpret to believe whatever I think it means. So let's see how fancy this thing can get. So it's Jersey garlic butter chicken clucking thighs. Now you see what I'm saying? I have immediately personalized it just a little bit. I can come here and change some of the additional directions. You see, I have the access that I can, and all I gotta do is copy it, put it into another document, and I'm ready to go. And I got my first recipe for my cookbook. All right, so I'm gonna X out of this and look what it did. But it even gave me an image on there and it's got the whole entire thing based on Canvas. Now, the craziest part about this whole thing is I can basically come out of here with the full asset to anything that I wanna try to do. What's great about this, because it has so much incredible data and it's always uploading even more data based on users using it and people interacting with it, that the amount of things I can ask it to do are incredibly large. The greatest part about this is that this all translates to your phone. So if you download ChatGPT to your phone and you start building these things out and you want to go back in and you want to access them, you have a search area that this search on the left-hand side will search you for every chat that you have up to 30 days. If you wanted to keep it longer, what you can do is you can rename it, you can archive it, and you can even share it. So if other people want to come in and maybe do like a community cookbook, as long as they have ChatGPT, even the free version, they'll be able to access it. So you kind of understand how powerful this tool is. Think of a mini encyclopedia for the people that are, know what encyclopedias are, or a mini search engine that's very specified to your needs, that you can go in and basically create things and have like a little dictionary just for yourself of the things that you love and want. This is what it's all about. So now, if I go to ChatGPT, you're gonna notice that I do not have a selection of different models. I also have the ability of doing in here ChatGPT Plus, which is the upgrade from your normal one, which is the one that I'm currently using right now. And now there's even a Pro, which I'll get into, because that one's really complex and it has a lot of really cool features. But we're gonna stop right here, right? And you're also gonna notice on the left-hand side that I have Explore GTPs. Now, remember I told you that there's people out there that have been creating really great things? And if I come in here and I type in the search of GTPs, these are all for the people that created these. Because on the normal plan, you really can't create them. But once you get into the paid version, you can actually create your own chat GTP that has all these different pre-made ones that you can leverage and use. So if I come in here and I type in recipes, and again, it's gonna know Keto Companion. If I wanna use this spot, even if I'm in the free version, I can come in here and I can hit start chat, and now you'll see that this bot is here. And if I like the bot and I want to keep using it, I can come in here and click on keep it to sidebar, and right now it has it on the left-hand side. And again, the coolest part about this is that if I pin anything on the left-hand side, I can now have it on my phone. So instead of going in there and having a different experience on my phone that I would in here, I don't have to worry about that, because if I pin anything that I'm using or any conversations that I'm part of inside my logged in account on my desktop, I now have it on my phone, which makes it incredibly cool for anybody to use. So now if I come in here and I'm gonna go back, see, I wanna come out of this conversation, my Keto Companion, and I wanna go to ChatGPT. And I come in here and now I might wanna do something else. Let's explore what these little tiny things are. So I have the ability of searching the web, and I also have the ability of creating pictures and again, operating that canvas. So make believe, for instance, I was working up to create a cover letter to, apply for my dream job. So I can say, I want to create a cover letter for my dream job of becoming software coder, and I'm just making something else, for Google. That's not my dream job, but you guys get it? All right, and what I want to do is I want to use Canvas because I want to be able to adjust things and make it. Because I went in here and I selected Canvas, it's going to automatically open up the Canvas area and allow me to work in there. So can you please help me write the best cover letter ever? And please understand that I am doing very basic prompting because there's a whole kind of lesson that we're going to give you on prompting that's going to be its own separate thing, because prompting is a very core part of getting the most out of these bots, but I'm trying to keep it super simple so anybody can understand. And what it's going to do is, you see it open this little area in here, and now I'm officially in Canvas, and I can start adding different things in here. All right, so for instance, I'm going to let it finish its writing, and then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to show you how to best use Canvas. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, I worked as a senior developer for Capital One Bank for around 5 years, and I am experienced in React and Python. Something like that. And again, I'm going to let it do its own thing, and it's going to rewrite it based on what I have. Now, I can keep adding to it and go more and more at it. I can rewrite the whole entire thing. I can fill in this entire name. Like for instance, I can come in here. My name is Harris. Right? It's going to automatically update that. Or if I want to automatically fill it in myself, I'll show you what you can do. You can actually write in this thing is done. So it's taking a minute. So let's just go ahead and wait for it, and then we're going to come in here and we're going to correct it. Right? Sometimes, depending on your internet, and remember, we're on the free version, can have a little bit of delays, but don't panic. And if I come in here and I want to adjust this real quick, I'm just going to make sure it stops on the left. All right, there is definitely a little bit of a delay. Okay, and I can just come in here and also rewrite in here directly. And the reason why I want to do that, whatever, senior developer, I'm just making things up. I can then just copy it here and use it, right? So let's come out of this already. And you see, you've hit the free plan limit on 4.0, new chat, and it's going to create a new chat. Again, because you're on the free version, this does have limitations, but I'm going to create a new chat just so then we can keep exploring. Please help me find a good deal for a laptop. All right, let's see what it does. Budget is $1,000. All right, and it automatically does it based on there. Now notice it's not really searching the web. If I wanted to give like some recommendations on that, I can hit the little search the web option. And if I do search and put that in again, and I'll say budget is $1,000. All right, is search the web and give me some real results. These options back here are pretty cool, just so you understand that that's how it works. And then it tells you the sources of where it got everything from, based on sites it thinks it should basically search. And if you don't like the answer, or you want to switch to a little bit of different models, you don't have a lot of choices, you could do it in here. And if you want to basically say, hey, this was not a really good response, you can. And if you wanted to read it out loud, you totally can hit that button and it will. Now, you're also going to question this little paperclip. It doesn't support attachments based on the resets because, again, I have the free version. But if you start a brand new chat, when it resets like your value on the free version, you then can go in there and upload a PDF, have it read it, give you a report, upload a book if you have it. And depending on how many characters you have, again, on the free version, you might be a little challenged. But once we get the paid version, you're able to do it. And then you can come in here and basically, do whatever you want. Again, for the picture is, give me a picture of a person on a laptop. Just to give you an idea of the different scenarios you can have in here, and it's going to create an AI-based image that is going to have this option readily available for you. So it creates images, it searches the web. Again, that's pretty neat. And I can say, make it realistic. Okay, might be out of credits again. Yeah, I might be out of credits altogether. Basically, understand that it has that. We're going to go into the paid version now so you can kind of see it. But so far, we've done all that. The other thing is that I want you to really learn is that if you wanted to code, it will actually help you code on top of it. Write a code, a web app that will create an actual game that has two cats fighting each other. It's going to give you basic code in here and it's going to write the whole thing out. You see? And then basically you would put this code into the specific places and it would actually work. Now, again, we're not going to get deep into coding because this will make this way longer. And it explains you actually have to put it in and how to use the system and everything else. But again, this is the type of expectations that you can have with this. The other thing that's here is this little voice where you can click on the voice, hit continue.
Hey, it's great to meet you. How's your day going? I'm really looking forward to working on some cool... Hey there.
Hi there. Hi.
Hello. It's lovely to meet you. If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to let me know.
Pretty cool, right? I mean, it's giving you different voices that you can use. Hey, good morning. Can you please help me create a list of all the great cat foods that are out there for me?
Good morning. I'd be happy to help you with that. There are many great cat foods available, and the best choice often depends on your cat's specific needs and preferences. Here are some highly recommended brands. 1. Royal Canin, known for breed-specific formulas and tailored nutrition. 2. Hill's Science Diet.
Now, again, just so you understand, I enable voice chat and it's having a conversation with me. What I also want to make sure you understand is that you have this on your phone. It has that same exact voice app that you literally can hit on voice and you can automatically use it. So we've explored GTPs. We came in here, we created some of our own. We saw that we can upgrade to Plus. Now let's get into the cool stuff. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to log out and I'm actually going to go to my paid account, which is in Plus. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to log in and I'm going to go in and I'm going to log in with Google. Now, the greatest part about all this is that you're going to be able to create your own bots. You're going to be able to use this kind of a different pace in the sense that there's a lot less limitations that you're going to have when you're using these bots. And if you look over to the left, all the ones you see here on the left-hand side are all the bots that I've created over the last 2 years. And what's great about it is I use these bots for different situations. So here's the thing that I'm going to tell you that I'm going to kind of help you right off the bat. The first one is when you're writing or creating a bot and you really want to be dynamic in what you do, every bot needs a task, every bot needs instructions, every bot needs a role and a goal that they have to attend to. And more importantly, they need boundaries to operate in and also a format in the way that you want the output. So if you start creating in that mannerism, you're going to get a lot better results. And the reason why I started you in the feed plan and the very basic stuff, now we're going to get into a little bit more advanced. And then we're also going to have another video that we're going to teach you how to create your own bots so you can have a little army of AI agents that can do all different kinds of things for you. If you try to have your one bot do many things, it gets forgetful, it starts giving you wrong information, and they're really not effective. If you have one bot that does one thing and you start optimizing that bot to be better and better every time, you really get good positive results in everything that you do. I have, for instance, a bot that creates my ads. I have a bot that creates my landing pages. I have a bot that helps me create my courses. I have a bot that pretty much does everything that I needed to do in the marketing landscape. And then I have personal bots that help me manage my weight. I have personal bots that help me manage my finance. I have personal bots that kind of help me do anything that my heart goes out to. The other day, I actually made a Portuguese translation bot for my wife who's visiting Portugal and again, does not speak Portuguese and wanted some additional help doing that while she's on her own. Now, I got to be honest, that bot worked pretty well because she had it on her phone. And anytime she had a question she didn't understand, she literally spoke into it and then let the bot speak to another person in the Portuguese language because of the bot instructions I gave it. And if you watch in that other video where I showed you how to build an army of agents, you're going to see how relevant it honestly is. But in here, let's just explore some of the things you have. Again, same tools you had before. You had Picture, you had Search, you had Canvas. The new one that you have is called Reason. Reason basically helps you really think of things, and it's more of a thought partner, and it goes into like a deep research mode that allows you to have very higher level conversations. Again, only available in Plus and in Operator, because Operator is the highest plan you can go. It goes from $20 all the way to $200 a month based on what it can do. But again, in the plus sign, the Reason is more for reasoning questions. Again, make believe you're trying to analyze job interviews based on people's questions, and you want to have a thought partner that can help you reason why this would be a good or bad hire. Or you're trying to analyze codes and you're trying to see the reason behind the code, and if it's the best logical code, that's the one you would use. But for instance, if we want a higher level bot, let's go ahead and create it. You are a copywriter who specializes in Facebook ads for carpet cleaners. You are going to write 3 ads for each request, 1 short form, 1 long form, and 1 with very sarcastic and funny humor. All right, I'm going to say your persona is guy from New Jersey and you are direct to the point, but yet bring humor to the actual ad. Make sure that you use limited emojis and that you always create 3 of them. Please randomize. Well, we'll just leave it at that. I was going to say, please sound a little bit human, but we're going to keep it simple. Again, just give you that quick example so you fully understand. And I'm basically going to go ahead and please create an ad for John's carpet cleaning with a special of, we'll just say 20% off your first cleaning service. All right. And immediately you see it's going to go ahead and create this. Stop staring at the mystery stain. Give us a call today and work your magic. Now they're screaming for help. Yeah, your carpet's called and they're screaming for help. See, it's pretty humorous. It's getting the whole point of it. And it's writing something that even if I have to go back in there and customize, I can use Canvas, go back in, make the adjustments, and then go from there. Now, what's even more impressive is if you really truly want to just have a bot that does this function, you can go ahead and create a bot pretty easily. But just to show you how easy it is, I could take this and not put the similar one in here, copy it, and open up a new chat. Please create custom GPT instructions for my new AI ads writing bot. Here is what I have, but make this a whole lot better. So I'm going to use a bot to write a bot. All right, we're going to let that finish a little bit, and then I'm going to show you exactly how you create your own bots from this whole entire thing that you can make. And because what I want to do is help you create a little army of agents that you can leverage to basically do whatever you want it to do. Okay, cool. I'm going to copy this whole thing here. All right. I didn't go too much in it. Remember that thing that said explore GTPs on the left? You're going to click it, but this time you're going to notice that you have a create on the right-hand side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit create. And again, this is very simplistic. There's more and elaborate things you can do. I'm just trying to make it so every user out there can do it. Now, again, just show you what I did. If you come in here on the left-hand side and go all the way down at the bottom and go to explore GTPs, you're going to come in here. You're going to have all these selections of pre-made ones that people did, but we're going to try to create our own. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit create. When I hit create, give it a name, carpet cleaning Facebook ads bot. And I'm just going to copy the name into the description. Yours can be whatever it is, but I'm just going to make it for me. I'm not going to give this to the public because you have the choice of letting anybody go in there. And when you do this and you need another version of it, duplicate tab up on top and go back and just go right down here. And I go to my latest chat where it gave me my instructions for my bot. I copy it. And all I did is give it a name. Instead of hitting create, I went to configure and I gave it some instructions in the instructions area. So basically I copied what I got before. The conversation starter is like a button that people can hit to start the conversations. Ready to start. What's my first step? And then it asked me, well, what features do you want to have? Code interpreter and data analysis. The thing's not going to write code, so I don't need it. Web search, Canvas, and DALL-E. For images, I'm going to leave all those on. I'm not really going to mess with it. And you see, instead of hitting create, I went right to configure. I named it. I gave it a description. I wrote instructions using the other bot, basically asking for help and letting it write the instructions for me. I did conversation starters, which is ready to start. What's my first step? And you see it appeared on the button on the right-hand side. And oh, by the way, as I'm doing this, it's literally making the bot on the right. And then here is knowledge files. If you had knowledge files or examples that you can leverage. But again, I'm keeping it super simple and even creating actions that get super complex for people that are non-techie. But for instance, I'm all set here. I have my instructions, I have my conversation starters, and I want to create like a little image. So I'm going to use DALL-E, which is I would say the agent that does images for ChatGPT. That is also part of their programming. See, it did a little, it looks like a carpet and it's ready to go. And then all I have to do is hit create. And then it asks me, okay, well, who do you want this to be out with? Me, only for myself. Anybody that has this link to my chat GPT, and then do you want to put it on the actual store where people can interact with it? I would honestly stay away from this until you really know what you're doing and you build a bunch of them because you are responsible for the maintenance of that bot once you go down that road. But for instance, I'm going to keep it there. I'm going to hit save. And now I have a bot that is ready to go. So if you give me a minute, it's going to hit continue. I don't know why I was unable, but let's try it again. We're just going to say only me just to make it super easy. All right, it's published. And now I can see my brand new created bot. Now here's the cool thing about it. The second I create a bot, it automatically pins it to the left-hand side. So forever, I'm going to have this bot. And now I can hit this button that I created. It's going to tell me what kind of ads you want to run. Target audience, who are you aiming for? Family, pet owners, businesses. And I keep answering the questions. And lo and behold, it's going to start creating. So all I have to do is literally answer these questions. And my bot will now start creating these bots. Now, I can tell you, I've made one that writes my newsletter. I have one that helps me monetize my podcast. I have one that translates for my wife, like I mentioned. I have one that writes ads, welcome series, one that basically does all kinds of things in here. And then I have actual ones that my friends have made that I'm actively using, like Allie Boyd's made a great voice prompt one. She's got ones for offers that I leverage all the time. I have Julie that has an email energy one that she's creating that's see how much energy is around your email. You can create a pretty vast library of all of these to make it super easy for you to just do any kind of task that's out there. And it's not limited to anything else. Now, I hope this was a good little intro session. And again, if you want to see how you can create an army of these bots with some additional tactics, look at the next video that you see. This is really like life-changing. I got to be honest, my life has been incredibly easy because now anytime I need a bot, I just come in here and I go through it and I sort it out. I literally have an army of agents that can do all these different things for me. And again, we talked about the free plan. We talked about the actual paid plan. And in the operator is just something completely different. What it is it allows to actually do tasks. It will search the web for you. It will post on Facebook on your behalf. It will make orders. It will do all these things. It's $200 a month, but it is the highest level of operations that this thing can do. Now, obviously, you want to graduate to it, start on the free plan, have some fun, then go to the plus plan, create even more bots. Then when you're really, really, truly ready, you can go into pro and then have basically your whole life automated for you to make it super easy. You download the Chatgpt on your phone and you honestly have about 40 agents, AI agents that can help you on the fly. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this was a little bit of an education. Again, I didn't go into the really super techie stuff on you. So anybody at any level, whether you're techie or not techie, you can immediately start using this. So we'll see you in the next one.